Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to an impromptu little Q&A session. We beat Crow Country, a little indie horror game on the earlier side today. I got like 30 minutes left on my stream and I said, "I'll hang out. Let's just hang out and talk and see what people want to talk about." I'm in my nice Pikachu attire. I got my Gunner glasses on. I'll probably take the Gunner glasses off, honestly, because we don't really need these for just a Q&A session. But what's on your mind, everyone? What's going on? Would I stream a Black Ops 2 remaster if they make it? Probably yes. If it's popular and people want to play it, see me play it, yes, I probably would. Casanova says, I cannot wait for more Flight Sim. New Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 coming out in November. I'm excited for that. When we played the one 3 years ago, it was super fun during the summer to just fly around different landmarks and stuff. And this one, the graphics look significantly better. So it should be pretty fun. How do I feel about a Super Mario Galaxy remaster for the Switch? Do you feel like it would work? They already made a Super Mario Galaxy remaster. It's already out. I don't know what you're talking about. They literally made one. It's out. I played it. You have time to watch the Dragon Age gameplay video from the Ubisoft event? I'm not doing that now. I'll do that on my own time and talk about it probably tomorrow on the podcast. Do I like Panda Express? Not really. When I was a kid growing up, Panda Express was at my local mall in the food court. And sometimes I would have orange chicken there. Later on, they added things like chicken teriyaki and stuff. And I would always get it with the noodles. I wouldn't get the rice. I would get the noodles with it. I thought it was okay. But as I got older, I had friends who worked there. And they revealed to me how gross it was, at least back then. We're talking, late 90s, early 2000s. They're basically like, yeah, we only really cook when we need to. So in the morning, we make a fresh batch. If you come in the morning, you get it fresh. But who eats Chinese food first thing in the morning? So what ends up happening is the food just sits there under the heat lamp all day long. And then when you come to eat at lunch, that's food from the morning that you're eating, which means the later it gets, the older the food is. So you might eat it at like 2, 3 p.m. You're eating something they made at like 8, 9 a.m. and has been under a heat lamp all day. So it ends up becoming progressively more hard and chewy and tough and way overcooked. And they don't get rid of it. You eat it. When it runs out, then they'll make a fresh batch. They'll go to the back and they'll actually like make a fresh one. But for the most part, you're just eating old food all day long. It's heat lamp food. So he even said, he says, the best time to eat, don't eat when you're hungry. You have to keep an eye on the place and see, like if you see a batch that looks like it's really high up, that's good because it means it's fresh. They probably just put it out there. So get it only when the bins are full of food. If you see it like less than that, it means it's probably hours and hours old and it's gross. And he even said, he's like, I won't eat there unless it's fresh. I would never eat that food unless we just put it out. It's too nasty. That's from someone who worked there, Now, keep in mind, that was 20 years ago. Maybe things have changed in 20 years. But, I mean, do you really think they redid their methods? I don't think so. So, would I ever attend Coney Island, New York amusement park? Did I ever? No, I did not. Never been there. Will I react to the Nintendo Direct? No, because the Nintendo Directs traditionally are very early in the morning. Like wee hours of the morning. I would have to like get up super early to do it, and I just don't care that much. If there's a Nintendo Direct, I'll read up on the information. I'll talk about it on the podcast, but I'm not going to be watching that live. Am I going to binge watch The Boys to catch up on the new season? The new episodes start on Thursday. I watched a lot of it. I watched the first 2 seasons. I saw part of season 3, but I never finished it. I don't feel like binge watching. So likely what I'm going to end up doing is read a plot synopsis of what happened in the second half of season 3 that I didn't see just to finish it up. And now I'll know going into season 4 what's going on. Because everyone knows in season 4, apparently Homelander's on trial, right? But we don't know why. So I mean, maybe you do know why if you watch the end of season 3. I don't know. Yes, Nova says, with all the announced games for Game Pass, are you still skipping the ones you disliked, or are you going to play them all? For the ones, obviously, I'm interested in on Game Pass, that's just a plus, right? I don't have to pay for them. For the games that I'm not necessarily interested in, if it's on Game Pass, it always becomes a maybe. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's on Game Pass, I don't have to pay anything extra for my monthly subscription that I'm already going to maintain. It dramatically increases my chances of playing a game, all right? Is it a guarantee? No. A lot of the times, it would be more up to you guys. Like, if you think that something on Game Pass that I'm not talking about would be interesting to you, and you tell me that, then I would be interested in playing it more. But if I don't hear about a game or anything, and no one really asks for it, then, and it's off my radar, then I'm probably never really going to explore it, So we'll see. I can tell you this. July and the first half of August, actually first 3 weeks of August this year, are very empty. There's like almost nothing going on. So those could be opportunities for me to check out Game Pass games that maybe I would have skipped or whatever, or do kind of filler content. So we'll see. Did I ever try carne guisada tacos? I don't know what guisada is. I know carne asada. I don't know what that is, so I guess no. Never heard of it. Okay. Oh, you do know why by the end of season 3? Oh, okay. See, I don't know. I got to a point in season 3 of The Boys. I remember there's this serum that the humans can take that gives them temporary superpowers, like the supers. So the whole idea is that there was probably going to be a showdown between them at the end. And also, remember, Soldier Boy, I guess, was part of the plot, and they were trying to recruit him to help them fight Homelander. But I never finished it. So I actually have no idea where the season ended. Yeah, so I don't know why he would be on trial. I guess I have to read that plot synopsis. Is Final Fantasy VII coming back? I don't know. Honestly, I mean, you're so many months removed from the game. Do people really care? There's like one person, no lie. There is one person who like once a week or a couple times a week leaves a comment on my videos. Is Final Fantasy VII coming back? And that's it. It's literally one guy. Outside of that one guy, I don't really get demand for it at all. Like, at all. So it's like, why would I really care that much about it if only a couple people really are still interested in it, right? I'll tell you this. I would play Final Fantasy VII rather than Dragon's Dogma 2, because those are the two RPGs that I just stopped playing. I would definitely bring back Final Fantasy VII over that. I'm more interested in that. But I just don't know. Does it make sense to me to resume an incredibly lengthy RPG in the summer that people weren't attending or caring about back when I was playing it when it was a new release? I still remember it was a new release. I'm playing it, and I look, and the stream had like 210 viewers. Everyone in the stream chat was paying no attention whatsoever, talking about other topics, and support was non-existent. And I'm sitting here like, why the fuck am I playing this game? No one cares about it, obviously, right? So I could be doing anything else. I could be filming myself scratching my butt. I could just sit here talking with you guys for half an hour, and that would be more interesting to people, so why keep playing it? Doesn't mean the game's bad. It just means it's not a game that really engages an audience and people care about, so. Do I think Splinter Cell remake would be good or a flop? I have no idea. It's been so long since a Splinter Cell game has come out. I don't know how much interest there would actually be in a Splinter Cell game at this point. Not sure. Favorite deli meat? Man, I don't know. I can tell you the ones I like. I like roast beef. I like pastrami. I like a honey ham. I like a roasted turkey. I like bologna. I really do like bologna. A lot of people don't like it. They say, oh, it's like hot dog. I like bologna. I think it's good. And I like chicken, like sliced chicken. I like that too. So I like a lot of different lunch meats. I also like salami, but I rarely eat salami because it's so fatty. But any of those are good. Do I have a favorite out of all those? Actually, no. What I do is I alternate. I would have one night I would have a turkey sandwich, and another day or two I would probably have a roast beef sandwich. I would just not have the same thing constantly. So. Okay. What kind of apocalypse would I prefer? Gee. Are there any good apocalypses? Any good ends of the world? What would be the best end of the world? Chimmy Chim, you're not banned. What are you talking about? He says, why am I being banned? I'm new and I had a question. You're not banned. What are you speaking about? You just spoke again. You just said something. Any interest in Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance? Absolutely not. Does Jasper ever pee outside the box? Incredibly rarely. If he does, it usually means there's something wrong. Like one time he did it, come to find out he was feeling sick. That's why he would do it. Will Another Crab's Treasure be a game of the year? In the top of my list, that's the best game so far. It's super good. Another Crab's Treasure was really, really good. I kind of wish that I had my upgraded setup playing it, because I feel like that was a game that would have looked even better with my upgraded capture and everything that I have now. But yeah, I mean, are you kidding? Super good game. It took the elements of Soulsborne and did unique things with it. Had cool optional bosses, secrets, fun exploration, a cool plot. Everything was good. I really don't have many negatives besides some wonky platforming that happens sometimes. Outside of that, it was a superb game. So yeah. Is Jasper more of a daddy's boy or a mama's boy? Honestly, it depends. For example, if we're both sitting on the couch, he will usually go to his mother and try to get some, pets. However, you see on streams, he comes up here, he wants pets from me when I'm streaming and everything. And if she's not here, he spends a lot of time with me, you know. At night when we sleep, sometimes he snuggles me, sometimes he snuggles Cat. Sometimes, like, Kat had to get up early this morning to go to work. When she gets up, he then comes over to me and snuggles me for, like, hours while I'm sleeping. So, it all depends. Honestly, I think he really loves living here. He loves both of us. And so, whatever, makes more sense at the time. But, like I said, the one time he really has to choose is when we're all laying on the couch at once. And he usually would go to her first. So. Any interest for a Dark Souls 1 run on the mini PC with a randomizer mod? I mean, you know more about that than me. I don't know what randomizer mod does. I don't know if people would like that. I don't know if it would even run on the mini PC, because you're probably talking Dark Souls 1 remastered, right? You guys know better than me how that would work. The Drew Company says, after seeing how much you like 4K after you said it was pointless, does it make you want to give things a chance more often? Now, hold on a second here. Wait a minute. You're definitely putting words in my mouth. I have played a few different games in 4K. All right, what games have I played in 4K? Well, what have I played recently since I upgraded my setup? Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Oh, no, Hellblade 2 Senua's Sacrifice, right? Like, well, let me hold on a second. To answer this question, I have to actually look at what I just played. So, I have played Street Fighter 6. I have played Fallout 4, Pro Country, the Night Springs DLC for Alan Wake 2, Hades 2, Multiverses, and Hellblade 2. Okay? That's the stuff that I play. All right? So out of that stuff that I've seen in 4K, first of all, let's go right through it. Hellblade 2, I started in 1080p, I went to 4K, I literally saw no difference whatsoever. It looked exactly the same. So, I think the only thing I saw, there was like detail on the rocks on the beach, on the ground. That was it. So to me, that was like literally a non-difference. Okay? Multiverses, I'll be honest, I didn't see a difference. We started in like 4K on Xbox, didn't really tell that it was 4K. Went over, started playing it at 1080p on the PlayStation 5, it looked the same. So, no difference there. Hades 2, I didn't get to play in 4K because that was on the mini PC. So that one I don't know. The Night Springs DLC for Alan Wake 2, having only played it at 1080p back in November, the base game looked really, really good. I played the DLC in 4K. I will tell you, with that one, there was a difference. The DLC looked better and way more detailed than the base game did. The base game was still great, but I did notice a visual difference in the game at 4K. Okay? Crow Country. I only played it in 1080p. It's a PS1 game. You'll never notice the difference. Fallout 4. There's some differences. Not tons. But for example, I noticed looking at power armor at 1080p 60 frames versus 4K 60 frames, there was more detail on the power armor. Some of the human faces look slightly different. It's not a humongous difference, but it's a slight difference. Okay? Street Fighter 6, sadly, wouldn't be able to play it at 4K. If I did, it would probably kill the frame rate. So I haven't been able to see Street Fighter 6 at true 4K. I did actually have it running at 4K once on the Xbox, and I didn't see a difference. It looked exactly the same, 4K to 1080p. It looked the same to me. So here you go. Hellblade 2 looks exactly the same. Multiverses looks exactly the same. And Street Fighter looks exactly the same. Night Springs DLC for Alan Wake 2 looked a little better than Alan Wake 2, base Alan Wake 2. Fallout 4 looks slightly better than regular Fallout 4. That's it. Now, maybe as I go through better games, right? We're talking bigger AAA games coming out soon. Maybe if we go through those and I'll be able to see a bigger difference. I am about to play Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree, right? Now, the question is, do I want to play that at 4K or do I want to do 1080p, 120 hertz? Would I get a benefit? Because these games that you need really fast reflexes and stuff, apparently if you play at 120 hertz, even if the game doesn't run at 120 frames, you're still getting a better response. So maybe I should play Elden Ring at 1080p, 120 hertz, VRR enabled, and then I would actually have a better responses to what I'm doing, right? So that's going to always be the challenge too. Like when I play Call of Duty, I absolutely want to get as much frame rate as possible. If I do 4K, am I even going to get a better frame rate, or is it going to be very limited, right? So I might need to go to 1080p for it then. It may be game specific. So 4K, for some games, I saw a slight difference, but for me, it hasn't like I wouldn't buy something based on 4K performance. I wouldn't be crazy bend over backwards to get 4K in any particular game right now. Maybe that will change with more games as I play. But for now, I haven't seen a ginormous difference. It's nice maybe to have the tippity top or whatever. But as I said, I would guarantee you the vast majority of people who have a 4K TV and a 4K enabled console or whatever have no clue what resolution they're playing a game on. They have no idea. They just turn it on, boop, they're done. They're not, video files. They're not sitting there messing with the settings like I did to get stuff working. They just pop it in, boot it up, start playing. Right? What's the end goal for my streaming career? I'm 42 years old, and I've been doing this for 16 years as a hobby, 13 years as a job. I'm 42 years old. I'm not even close to the end of any career. Why would I even be thinking about what to do at the end of my career? As you've seen in the last 16 years, think about how things have changed dramatically on the internet and in life. I started out as an irreverent guy, making over-the-top jokes and commentary on every game I played, pumping out non-stop 10-minute videos with a camera. Today, I'm a full-time live streamer using very complex technology for much better visuals. I have set work schedule. I now don't do any kind of that basically offensive commentary anymore. I do social streams now where we just hang out and have a good time. Everything I do today is literally different than what I did back in the beginning. And that's within, say, 15 years. In another 15 years, things could be different again. Everything could have changed again, right? How could I possibly have an end game goal set out? It's impossible, right? Like, there's no way I would even be able to look that far into the future and have an end game goal, right? So I'm not really going to worry too much about it, right? I'm just going to focus on the now and do the best I can with things that are going on today and go from there. Drilla Gorilla says, for Street Fighter 6, will I mostly just play new characters as they release and add that to your existing mains, or will you actually try other ones eventually? Right now, if you haven't noticed, I'm having trouble just staying afloat in the game, playing the characters I know. Like, this Akuma update now came out 3 weeks ago tomorrow, all right? In that time frame, I played with Akuma for 3 streams. Then since then, I played with each character once, and I'm just starting to play each of my mains again a second time, finally getting to ranked play. And it's been 3 weeks. So, I know, sadly, I'm not a guy who is a Street Fighter player, who is an FGC streamer. I'm a guy who's a variety guy, right? And so, I'm playing Crow Country. I'm playing Fallout 4. I'm going to be playing Elden Ring DLC. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing stuff all over the place. Because of that, I just don't have the time to dedicate to really keep sinking into learning new stuff in the game. I mean, even with Akuma, I haven't played with him at all. And I liked the character. I was actually starting to like him. And then I don't have time, So now with Bison on the way in 2 weeks, right? Well, I have 2 weeks to basically play with each of my mains, 5 of them. Try to do some ranked play. I'll probably do ranked with, like, maybe Dalsim tomorrow night. Then probably on Friday, maybe I'll go to, say, Zangief for Lily. And then I got another, play with each one in rank. By then, we're at Bison, So it's sad, for I know people are like, oh, I want to see something new. But at the same time, I just don't know how I could ever do that unless I sacrifice other streams for it, which people definitely don't want. When I was playing Street Fighter 6 pretty hardcore, a lot of people got burnt out on that and said, bring back the variety. We like, not everyone loves the freaking fighting game stuff, right? So there you go. No, I would not do a 10K food challenge. I don't know what you're talking about. No, I would not consider running for governor of my state. Hiking in Style says, you need to start thinking about your future. Your channel support continues to dwindle. It's part of being an adult. My channel support has not dwindled at all. Where do you get your information from, morons? If anything, what's funny about it is in the last year, out of nowhere in the middle of last year, all of a sudden my views dipped on this channel. And I was trying to figure out why. Like every single video that I would put out used to get at least 1,000 views. Now my videos don't. And it's like, so what changed? You know what changed again? YouTube algorithm. Again. And it's like, wow, so my views go down. But here's the thing. And I've said this already. Literally, it hasn't infected. Because I played Crow Country, I'm thinking about infection. It literally hasn't affected my profits. My ad revenue is exactly where it was. Hasn't changed despite views going down. So what does that say about those viewers? Correct? Memberships, they fluctuate. The one thing that did affect the channel was the fake membership deal that still continues, and it sounds like YouTube will never fix. But for the most part, memberships didn't go away. It's just the core fans still use them. Some core fans still give legit ones. Yeah, we get the fake ones, but I still have pretty consistent memberships profits. Super chats, they're actually quite good now. They were for a couple months. They're really bad because I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 and literally nobody would super chat or become a member during those streams. It was just tips. Once I brought back variety, all of a sudden, all the support came back. So in that regards, I'm good. Tips have always been good. Yeah, you get slow patches here and there, but they're good. My income is good. Despite the fact that there are less views, there's no dwindling at all, actually. There is not even like a slow decline. It's fine. It's steady. So when you hear this nonsense from people, oh my God, the sky is falling, Phil is at, it's not. Trust me, if there was a big alert, oh my God, my income has declined, yes, then what we would do is sit down and say, what's going on? Why is this happening? Do I need new kinds of content? Do I need to reestablish who I am and reassess and do something new or different? And I'm willing to do that. We've done that. We've improved, right? We got 2 different channels now with reacting and the throwback stuff. We've got variety of content on this channel, but also improvements to all the technology and everything that's going on, right? So I'm listening. And like I said, eventually as I get older, I know for a fact, I absolutely would not be able to keep doing this full-time gaming. I'm going to get older. These hands are going to get carpal tunnel. This hand feels tight. When I do this hand feels smooth and loose. This hand actually feels like tight from having it used to play games all the time. And there's nothing I can do about that. It's just, it's natural. It's going to happen, right? As I get older, I'm not going to be able to sit here all day, every day, play games. I got to do other content. What will it be? Probably commentary, maybe covering world news, maybe covering politics, maybe covering that kind of stuff. I don't know. We could do it. We have options. People are interested already. They are asking me for it. And I keep telling you guys, I don't see a reason to go to that yet. Why jump the gun and rush to that when that's something that easily can be smoothed into later when I can't do what I'm doing now? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, whatever you're hearing is nonsense. You know, oh, well, obviously you're in decline, so what do you, there's no decline. There's literally no decline. I got fans who come by every day, hang out, have a good time. There's nothing going on. You're listening to the wrong people is what it is. The people who always want to say doom and gloom, the drama queens, because that gives them content to talk about. It's all bullshit. They don't know what they're even talking about, right? The truth is absolutely no one could ever know my income because you have no clue at all what percentage I get of stuff, what's real and what's not. I literally read out my tips every day. You never see them, right? You don't know anything. It's a fruitless endeavor to try to figure out what I'm making because you'll never know. No one would ever know the truth. No, I do not have a symbiotic relationship with detractor channels. They absolutely have that on me. Right now, if all the detractor channels disappeared, I'd be good. I'd be fine. In fact, I'd be able to do things that I can't do right now. If I had no detractors, I could get some sponsorships. I could do more collaborations. I could do all the things I'm not allowed to do because I have these detractors. I would be better without them. If I disappeared today and didn't stream ever again, they would die. They would all disappear because the only reason they have any kind of prominence or popularity is me. So make no mistake about it, it's not symbiotic where I get anything from them. They are taking from me, and I need nothing from them. I would be better off without them. There are content creators smaller than me who get sponsorships, partnerships, trips to see games for free. They get management. They get everything. I get nothing because I have detractors. You understand? If they would go away, my life would be dramatically improved. If Thanos finger snapped my detractors off the planet today, I would be in a much better life position. Period. But if I was finger snapped off the planet, they would die out within a week. They would not exist anymore. That's the God's honest truth. It's parasitic. That's correct. Parasitic is the right word. They're parasites off of me. I don't need them to survive at all. I'd be actually thriving better without them. That's correct. As you can see, follow the candy. There's no reason to ever show a number of members that I have on this channel. I literally have no idea how many I have. And there's no way to tell legit from not legit. Seriously, there's not. Like, there's no way for me to see, oh, these were legitimately full paid for, and these were given for pennies on the dollar due to someone abusing an exploit on YouTube. I can't see that, so there's no point in ever looking at it ever again. Randall, as I've said, sponsorships for me are something where if I stand by a product, okay, if it's something that I use all the time and I like, I would have a sponsorship with them. For example, I drink these seltzer waters every day. If that seltzer water wanted to, you know, become a sponsor of the stream and, you know, hey, get some seltzer, it's great, this is the one. Yeah, I would accept that sponsorship. Yes. The reason I don't have sponsors is because I can't. Any sponsor I take on would immediately get group harassed by my haters and say, well, this isn't worth it. Now we're just being harassed. We'll drop you, right? That's why I can't have any sponsorships. The difference is taking a sponsorship because it's a product you actually believe in and you feel like it would benefit your viewers versus literally taking a sponsorship just to get money and you don't even care what the sponsorship is. You do no research. It's you know, you don't even know if it's a reputable company. Just give me everything so I can take that bag, right? Make the bag. That's what I'm not about. And I never will be like that. I'm not that kind of person. Monty Mole, thank you for 11 months as a member. Appreciate that. And Kermit did a super chat. He says, chill Q&A. All the best, Phil. Always here for us. Thank you very much, Kermit. Leaderboard was not there. It was, I had to scroll all the way up. Follow the candy. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. I literally just explained to you why I would not show the number of members because I don't know what's legit or not. Why would I show it? It's a waste of time. If I were invited to events, would I go? Depends on the event. Like, let's say, for example, I was invited to an event here in Seattle area where there are a lot of game devs, by the way, and they were presenting a game that I'm actually interested in and might play, and then I could come back from that event with coverage of it and information to present to you guys. Yeah, I might do that. Would I travel across the entire country, taking massive chunks out of my time and my life here to do an event? Probably not. I'm past that point in my life. I'd much rather have my schedule and live with my family and not lose out on that time, you know? No, I'm not playing Elder Scrolls Online. My wife played it. I watched her play it. It's not good, in our opinion, so I'm not interested. Do I think smoking marijuana is degenerate behavior? It's just like everything in life, because you could ask the same thing. What about drinking? Is drinking degenerate behavior, right? No, it's about moderation. If it's legal where you are and you choose to partake in it and you do it in a responsible manner in moderation, it's fine. But the problem is the people who fall down that slope and then their whole life becomes a culture of this kind of thing. My life is a boozer's culture or a pothead culture and all I do is smoke all day. That's not good. I knew someone like that. This was someone who was a really good person. They were fun to hang out with. They were responsible. They got in the pot. Their whole fucking life crumbled because of it. They never would show up to places. They would get fired from jobs. They basically had their life completely dependent on pot. And it was not good. It was ugly. And I really sad that that person, that's what happened to their life. So you got to be careful about that stuff, right? All right, guys. It is time to adjourn. I hope you enjoyed this little impromptu Q&A because we finished the game early. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you soon.